There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Chad. This isn't fair. What's this? What's this? What's this? There's something very wrong. What's this? There are people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little creatures laughing. Everybody seems so happy. Have I possibly gone daffy? What is this? What's this? There are children throwing snowballs here instead of throwing heads. They're busy building toys and absolutely no one's dead. There's frost on every window, oh I can't believe my eyes. And in my bones I feel the warmth that's coming from inside. Oh look, what's this? They're hanging mistletoe, they kiss. Why that looks so unique, inspired. They're gathering around to hear a story, roasting chestnuts on a fire. What's this? What's this? In here, they've got a little tree, how queer. And who would ever think, and why? They're covering it with tiny little things. They've got electric lights and strings, and there's a smile on everyone. So now correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like fun, this looks like fun. Oh, could it be? I got my wish. What's this? Oh my, what now? The children are asleep, but look, there's nothing underneath. No ghouls, no witches here to scream and scare them or ensnare them. Only little cozy things secure inside their dreamland. What's this? The monsters are all missing and the nightmares can't be found. And in their places seems to be good feeling all around. Instead of screams, I swear I can hear music in the air. The smell of cakes and pies are absolutely everywhere. The sights, the sounds, they're everywhere and all around. I've never felt so good before. This empty place inside of me is filling up. I simply cannot get enough. I want it, oh I want it, oh I want it for my own. I've got to know what is this place that I have found. What is this? The Destructoid Christmas album?
Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Yeah, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Jingle all the way.
all is Sabbath is dark. When I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my god, a ill reindeer. But then I was ill cause the man had a beard and a bag full of goodies. 12 o'clock had neared, so I turned my head a second and the man was gone. But he must have dropped his wallet smack dead on the lawn. I picked the wallet up and then I took a pause. Took out the license and it cold said Santa Claus. $1 million in it, gold hundreds of G's. Enough to buy a bow, matching car with ease. But I never steal from Santa, cause that ain't right. So I was going home to mail it back to him that night. But when I got home I bugged, cause under the tree was a letter from Santa and the dough was for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Ethnicity Holmes.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing, macaroni and cheese, and Santa put gifts under the Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night. Snow on the ground, so white, snow bright. In the fireplace is the Yule log. Beneath the mistletoe, we drank eggnog. The rhymes that you hear are the rhymes of Jonathan. Each and every year we bust Christmas songathons. Rhyme so loud. It's a long breakdown. Where's my part? Rhyme so loud, so proud, you hear it. It's Christmas time, and we got the spirit. Jack Frost chillin', the honk is out, and that's what Christmas is all about. The time is now. The place is here. And the whole wide world is filled with cheer. He's Tony, I'm Jonathan with the mic in my hand, and I'm chilling and cooling just like a snowman. So open your eyes, lend us an ear. We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! Tony, you did a really good job.
Oh yeah?
I liked your rhymes.
Oh, thanks, Chief. I really appreciate it.
Did you like my rhymes, or?
Yeah, whatever. Sure, whatever.
I don't understand. It's not right to steal from Santa, but you can steal from other guys? And that's all right?
What?
Seems like kind of a double standard there.
Just a song, man.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering one simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. Most terribly cold it was. It snowed, and was nearly quite dark in evening, the last evening of the year. In this cold and darkness there went along the street a poor little girl, bareheaded and with naked feet. When she left home she had slippers on, it is true, but what was the good of that? They were very large slippers, which her mother had hitherto worn, so large were they, and the poor little thing lost them as she scuffled away across the street because of 2 carriages that rolled by dreadfully fast. One slipper was nowhere to be found. The other had been laid hold of by an urchin, and off he ran with it. He thought it would do capitally for a cradle when he some day or other should have children himself. So the little maiden walked on with her tiny naked feet that were quite red and blue from cold. She carried a quantity of matches in an old apron, and she held a bundle of them in her hand. Nobody had bought anything of her the whole livelong day. No one had given her a single farthing. She crept along, trembling with cold and hunger, the very picture of sorrow, the poor little thing. Flakes of snow covered her long fair hair, which fell in beautiful curls around her neck, but of that, of course, she never once now thought. From all the windows the candles were gleaming, and it smelt so deliciously of roast goose, for you know it was New Year's Eve. Yes, of that she thought. In a corner formed by 2 houses, of which one advanced more than the other, she seated herself down and cowered together. Her little feet she had drawn close up to her, but she grew colder and colder, and to go home she did not venture, for she had not sold any matches, and could not bring a farthing of money. From her father she would certainly get blows, and at home it was cold too, for above her she had only the roof, through which the wind whistled even though the largest cracks were stopped up with straw and rags. Her little hands were almost numbed with cold. Oh, a match might afford her a world of comfort, if she only dared take a single one out of the bundle, draw it against the wall, and warm her fingers by it. She drew one out. How it blazed, how it burnt! It was a warm, bright flame like a candle as she held her hands over it. It was a wonderful light. It seemed really to the little maiden as though she were sitting before a large iron stove with burnished brass feet and a brass ornament at top. The fire burned with such blessed influence, it warmed so delightfully. The girl had already stretched out her feet to warm them too, but the small flame went out. The stove vanished. She had only the remains of the burnt-out match in her hand. She rubbed another against the wall. It burned brightly, and where the light fell on the wall there, the wall became transparent like a veil, so she could see into the room. On the table was spread a snow-white tablecloth. Upon it was a splendid porcelain service, and the roast goose was steaming famously with its stuffing of apple and dried plums. And what was still more capital to behold was the goose hopped down from the dish, reeled about on the floor with knife and fork in its breast, till it came up to the poor little girl when the match went out, and nothing but the thick, cold, damp wall was left behind. She lighted another match. Now there she was sitting under the most magnificent Christmas tree. It was still larger and more decorated than the one which she had seen through the glass door in the rich merchant's house. Thousands of lights were burning on the green branches, and gaily colored pictures, such as she had seen in the shop windows, looked down upon her. The little maiden stretched out her hands towards them when the match went out. The lights of the Christmas tree rose higher and higher. She saw them now as stars in heaven. One fell down and formed a long trail of fire. "Someone is just dead," said the little girl, for her old grandmother, the only person who had loved her and who was now no more, had told her that when a star falls, a soul ascends to God. She drew another match against the wall. It was again light, and in the luster there stood the old grandmother, so bright and radiant, so mild, and with such an expression of love. "Grandmother," cried the little one, "oh, take me with you. You go away when the match burns out. You vanish like the warm stove, like the delicious roast goose, and like the magnificent Christmas tree." And she rubbed the whole bundle of matches quickly against the wall, for she wanted to be quite sure of keeping her grandmother near her. And the matches gave such a brilliant light that it was brighter than at noonday. Never formerly had the grandmother been so beautiful and so tall. She took the little maiden on her arm, and both flew in brightness and in joy, so high, so very high, and then above was neither cold, nor hunger, nor anxiety. They were with God. But in the corner, at the cold hour of dawn, sat the poor girl, with rosy cheeks and with a smiling mouth, leaning against the wall, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. Stiff and stark sat the child there with her matches, of which one bundle had been burnt. She wanted to warm herself, people said. No one had the slightest suspicion of what beautiful things she had seen. No one even dreamed of the splendor in which, with her grandmother, she had entered on the joys of a new year.
It's 6 a.m. December time, the boy's eyes open wide. Christmas time is here at last, his joy wells up inside. Dives out of bed, runs down the hall to wake up Mom and Dad. But he don't know that on this day he's going to end up sad. Mom is not moving for Christmas. She will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old. Her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mommy's not moving for Christmas. The little boy, he shakes his mom. Daddy's shaking too. She seemed so full of life last night. Whatever did she do? Everybody's crying, and Grandpa's on his way. Oh, what do you tell him? What can Daddy say? Mommy's not moving for Christmas. She will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old. Her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mommy's not moving this Christmas. She's on her back, her eyes are wide. They stare up to the sky. She might be looking to heaven. Said that's a fucking lie. The young boy at 6 years old understands it all. There's no God, no Santa, and one day we all shall fall. 'Cause she's worm's meat and 6 feet under's where she'll be sent. 'Cause Mommy isn't moving, she'll never move again. Mommy's not moving this Christmas. She will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old. Her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mommy is not moving. Oh no, she will not move. Oh, Mommy's not moving this Christmas.
Reading cards have all been sent. The Christmas rushes through, but I still have one wish to make, a special one for you. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true, but I can dream, and in my dreams, and Christmas Eve with you. Holidays are joyful. There's always something new, but every day's a holiday when I'm near to you. Oh, the lights on my tree, I wish you could see. I wish it every day. Oh, the logs on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas. Happy New Year too. I've just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. Oh, the love on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas.
Oh, Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere, Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. So here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, travel near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then we'll have to muddle through somehow, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Hey everybody, it's Max Scoville. I'm very bad at singing, so I'm not going to sing, but I'm going to tell you guys a story, and it's a special little story of mine. When I was a kid, I was really excited about Christmas. It was my favorite thing in the world, like it should be for, I guess, all children. You know, when I was a kid, I would go to my friend's house, and he had this Casio keyboard. He had toys and stuff too, but we liked the Casio keyboard the best because it had those pre-made jingles on it, like Jingle Bells and Bossa Nova 2, our favorite jams. So we'd put on those, specifically the Christmas ones, specifically Jingle Bells. And we dance around, but we didn't just dance around. I would pretend that I was a cat, and he would pretend that he was a chameleon, and as a chameleon he would jump around on the bed, and as a cat I would crawl around on the floor, and I had this rubber fish that I used to sort of wave around. We called this game Kwanzaa, Chameleon, and Christmas Kitten, and that is probably one of the most embarrassing memories I have of myself. So anyway, whether you're celebrating Kwanzaa or Christmas, or whether you are a cat or a chameleon, I hope you have a wonderful holiday time and a lovely new year. And thank you guys for being on Destructoid.
It's 6 a.m. December time, the boy's eyes open wide. Christmas time is here at last, his joy wells up inside. Dives out of bed, runs down the hall to wake up Mom and Dad. But he don't know that on this day he's going to end up sad. Mom is not moving for Christmas, she will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old, her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mom is not moving for Christmas. The little boy, he shakes his mom, and Dad is shaking too. She seemed so full of life last night, whatever did she do? Everybody's crying, and Grandpa's on his way. Oh, what do you tell him? What can Daddy say? Mom is not moving for Christmas, she will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old, her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mom is not moving this Christmas. She's on her back, her eyes are wide, they stare up to the sky. She might be looking to heaven, said that's a fucking lie. The young boy at 6 years old understands it all. There's no God, no Santa, and one day we all shall fall. 'Cause she's worm's meat and 6 feet under's where she'll be sent. 'Cause Mommy isn't moving, she'll never move again. Mom is not moving this Christmas, she will not sing or laugh. She's only 35 years old, her life's been cut in half. Oh, Mommy is not moving, oh no, she will not move. Oh, Mommy's not moving this Christmas.